are live. Good morning, everybody. It's your favorite truck driver in the whole wide world. It's Bitcoin Ben here for the daily. What the pluck is going on in cryptocurrencies in the rest of the world? Well, folks, the economy of cryptocurrency is going crazy. The over-the-counters, and this is what I want people to understand. When you look at Coinbase, when you look at Kraken, when you look at these regular exchanges, understand that that's retail. That's a retail market. The difference between retail and wholesale or over the counters is a ton, right? Like the over the counter I recommend, which is actually Caleb and Brown. And if you look at the blockchain, the Bitcoin blockchain, whenever the Bitcoin blockchain is busy and the fees are going up, understand that that is people that are purchasing Bitcoin, right? When you see a transaction cost of $20, $30, $40, $50, $100, $1,000, those are not people buying coffee. You have to understand, the larger the transaction fee, the larger the amount. When we're hitting those levels, when you look at that, make sure you understand these are people transacting hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars in Bitcoin. That is not retail. They're not going on a Coinbase app and making that purchase. Right? The ex-CEO of PayPal is now going full-fledged in the Bitcoin. Now, he is partnering with other well-known Bitcoin people, Michael Saylor, and he's implementing and he's developing platforms and integrating it into existing corporate structures like PayPal. Now, when I say like PayPal, you're thinking, well, I can already, purchase Bitcoin on PayPal. Yes, you can. But I'm talking about implementing PayPal with the Lightning Network for like rewards paid out in actual Bitcoin. We are working with Visa, MasterCard, large airlines on rewards programs that are paid out in Bitcoin. We're talking about countries over in Asia that are, as of, I think, June or July, there are 4 Asian countries that will allow their general public to purchase the Bitcoin. Let me drop a few hints to you guys. This is all tied together. Florida outlawed Chinese purchasing of property. Missouri is working on that. Oklahoma working on that. Because what the Asian countries are doing, they're trying to get out of the dollar as soon as possible. The Asian countries understand Russia, China, Indonesia, the BRICS, Brazil, El Salvador. Everyone's moving towards the Bitcoin. There's a reason for all this. Everyone's exiting the dollar. The wealthy people are doing it now. Then the nations will open it up to the general public. See, just like the rest, that's why Russia only allows their citizens to purchase, I think, like $1,500 a month worth of Bitcoin. But their corporations and the wealthy can buy as much as they want. That's who's buying right now, over the counter. That's why the Bitcoin blockchain is so busy. All of us normal people, right? All of us normal people look at that and go, well, who's going to pay $100 fee on the Bitcoin blockchain? That doesn't make any sense. It does if you're moving $100,000, $400,000 worth, and you are purchasing that large amount of Bitcoin. In Asia, in Russia, in those European countries, that's what's going on now. Is the wealthy are buying up, just like here. They front run retail, right? The wealthy are front running and then letting their people in. That's what's going on now. So when people say, why isn't the price of Bitcoin going up? Because the price we see is off of exchanges. The over-the-counters, they don't broadcast their price. They don't broadcast their volumes. That's not included in the retail number. So while we look at it and go, oh, Bitcoin's going down a little bit, oh, what's going on? The wealthy, they want that price to drop so they can get more over the counters. Now, you have to remember also that they're not just front running their herd, they're front running the halvening. The halvening is what, like next March, April, May, or something like that? Have you seen the historic charts on after the halvening? These people, they don't think in weeks. They don't think in years. They think in 5 years, 10 years. A lot of these countries are actually thinking reserves. A lot of these corporations are thinking reserves. Michael Saylor is setting up these major corporations with structures for reserves. Did you know MicroStrategies was the #1 stock last year? #1. It outperformed the Bitcoin. You don't think other companies see that? You don't think that other companies are going to mimic that? Of course they are. Of course they are. They're not stupid. That's what you need to look at this as. And look at the account. If you watched the video last night, which will be up on FGTV today, all right? If you watch that video I did last night, you'll understand what's going on. You can watch it on Patreon, or you can watch it on FGTV here on the club's website. By the way, here's the club's number in case you got questions about the club. And by the way, club in Pennsylvania and Nashville will be launching this year. That's a whole nother topic. Whether you realize it or not, the blockchain and the Bitcoin economy is kicking ass. Today, I have a meeting at 2 with the vice president of the NBC locally. I think they're out of Miami. No. I don't remember what major city they're out of here in Florida, but that's irrelevant. I'm meeting with a guy from an affiliate of NBC. One of his employees told him that we're here. They called me yesterday and said, hey, can we come up and meet with you? Yeah, come on up. And this guy's a Bitcoiner. If you saw what I saw or see, if you talk to the people I talk to, if you understand we're launching a club in Nashville, we're launching a club up in Pennsylvania. With Bixweir, we're going to launch a club out in California. We're launching clubs in Texas. We're going everywhere, folks. And the general public is starting to wake up. Last night, we had probably maybe 12 people here watching the 3-hour video live. We haven't advertised this location yet. That doesn't crank up until the 1st of next month. I've already got all of the advertising lined up. So it launches the 1st of June. We're off to the races, folks. We're off to the races here at the club. Our weekly radio show that was #1 here in Sarasota last Saturday. #1 show on the station last Saturday was my show. It's on 3 stations here locally. The #1 show was mine. This is gaining momentum. The momentum behind us is growing. The energy is growing. More and more members are joining. More and more people are joining. More and more public is coming in. We had this cute older lady. I don't want to call her an old lady, but she wasn't young. Come in yesterday, and she's like, I have 0.45 Bitcoin in a wallet, and I don't know how to move it. So she's going to come up today, and we're going to help her out because she has no idea what she's doing. But she's cute as a button. If you're not excited about where this is going, you're not paying attention. Don't worry about Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. is done. They're done. They're irrelevant. New York, the stock market is irrelevant. The banks, irrelevant. They're in a spiral that they cannot get out of. You need to plan your future. And your future ain't with the banks. It is, we're not going to be saved by Washington. We're not going to be saved by the banks. We're not going to be saved by politicians. We are going to save ourselves locally. That's, hi guys. We are the future of America. We are the future of our country. We're the future of the world. Washington, D.C. is a bunch of old, decrepit communists, and the banks are right there with them. Oh, that reminds me. After this show here, I'm going to Patreon. Folks, I'm going to show you how bad it is for Washington, D.C. right now. How bad it is for Hunter Biden. How bad it is for Joe Biden. How this is being, all the corruption is being exposed on, I wouldn't call them mainstream media yet, but these are online channels that a year ago were anti-Trump, anti-Republican. These are show hosts that voted for Biden. And now they're like, oh my God, I cannot believe that I've been lied to my whole life. They're realizing, they're waking up. And these are pretty prominent shows. And they're interviewing the right people. And on the Patreon show today, I'm telling you right now, folks, after you watch the Patreon show, you're going to have more hope in your heart that all is going to be well, my friends. All is going to be well. This show plays audio of Woody Allen and his ex-wife. And they're talking about Woody Allen raping their 6-year-old daughter. Woody Allen. And now, mind you, like I said, this is a relatively mainstream-ish show online. And they're talking about how an ex-Clinton associate hung himself, shot himself with a shotgun, but there's no gun at the scene, and it's ruled a suicide. but they're taking a different approach. They're actually saying, wait a second, who ruled it as suicide? Let's go talk to that son of a bitch. Have him or her explain to us how that's a suicide. They are cornering these people. They're not just letting it drop. Oh, no, Clinton suicide. No. They're going after, yes, bingo. See, this is all coming out, folks. And on the Patreon show, we're going to lay out Watergate. We're going to lay out Chinagate from the mid-90s. We're going to lay out Obama, Chicago, how Chicago is one of the hubs of all this corruption. And what's great, what I love, they're naming names. They're naming names. It isn't just, some groups. No, they're naming names. And prosecutors. And I'll say this, but I can't say much more on this platform. J.P. Morgan and Jamie Dimon are this close to putting on handcuffs. This close. Why do you think all of this financial stuff's going on right now? Why do you think in a press conference, Jamie Dimon was asked if he was going to step down? It wasn't about the banking crisis. My friends, click the link under here and let's go explore and look at everything that's coming out right now. It's on like Donkey Kong, folks. It's just the beginning. And it all comes down to the military. It all comes down to the military. In the next election. And there are 4 candidates. 3 running as Republicans. 1 running as a Democrat. And another one running as an independent that know exactly what's going on. Yes, devolution. Here we go, folks. Hold on for the ride. All right, click the link under here or join me on Patreon, www.patreon.com/BitcoinBen. Love you guys. See you in about 15 minutes over on Patreon. Love you. Bye.